So, hello again, my name is Dr. Jawad Alzeer, and I would like to continue explaining the concept of entropy in the context of chemical reactions. So previously we talked about Gibbs-free energy, and we differentiate between positive entropy and negative entropy. And now we wanted to study this entropy still in the context of chemical reaction, but we would like to look for a system which basically where chemical reaction can be done at constant temperature. And it's interesting, our body function at relatively constant internal temperature, which is 37. And in our body we have so many interesting reactions, and for me the most interesting reactions are catabolic reaction and anabolic reaction. So let's bring the first example, which is the catabolic reaction. Now, in case of catabolic reaction, the most interesting reaction is the oxidation of glucose. This is well-known reaction, especially in our body, because this is also the primary source of energy. Now, if we just look at the energy diagram, so what's happened? We have 1 mole of a glucose interact with 6 moles of oxygen to produce 6 moles of carbon dioxide and 6 moles of water. So we start with 7 moles, we end up with 12 moles. This is, rationally, or let's say superficially, we can say yes, we are increasing entropy, or entropy is positive because we are increasing the number of moles and also molecules. So at the same time, because we are increasing the number of moles or molecules, it means we dissociate molecules to generate. So let's say we have a large molecule, and then we dissociated this molecule into micromolecules. In this case, we have carbon dioxide and water. So entropy is positive. Overall, delta G is negative, which means that this reaction goes spontaneously, and it will always release energy. And the energy which is released, it is mainly in 2 forms. One is called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is like energy unit, which is just stored in our body to be used for next reaction, which I will talk about. And the other amount of energy is called heat. And heat is also released, and this is also important, and this is responsible for maintaining our body temperature 37. So now this reaction is spontaneous, and with regard to delta G, it is negative. Now let's have a look at the reverse reaction, which is called anabolic. In anabolic reaction, we build molecule, means that we collect the small micromolecules and build larger molecule. And in the body, when we build larger molecule, we build molecules which has usually function, and it is rich in information, and therefore those molecules, they are really highly ordered. So we move from many small molecules, which by default they are highly disordered, to build molecule which is highly ordered. So clearly we go against entropy, and then entropy is negative in this regard because we reduce entropy and increase order. Now this reaction is not easy to take place, and therefore it is classified as it is non-spontaneous, and it required energy to take place, and the energy usually is used from the ATP which is stored during the first reaction, which is called the catabolic reaction. So that's why those 2 reactions are essential in our body. So catabolic release heat to maintain our body temperature, and ATP to be utilized for building interesting molecules like proteins and in this case DNA, but take into consideration the anabolic reactions because it is building, it goes against entropy. Overall delta G is positive, it is non-spontaneous, and it required energy, which is usually taken from the catabolic process, ATP. Now in the next video we will talk about the overview of these 2 reactions to understand them much better in the context of entropy. And also, it is interesting to understand how our body really try to release this entropic stress. Thank you.